Okay. All
What
right,
was your
family, and we
GFT?
are now live. I want to give a shout to everybody in the chat. We're getting ready to have an amazing show tonight. I want to welcome back to the platform. The sister has been on here a couple of times. Y'all know her, Priestess Auset Ra. Man, welcome back.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Thank you, God. Thank you for having me.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's always a pleasure having you on here. You come with that raw, uncut, unfiltered energy.
Oh yeah.
Love
Oh
it.
yeah.
We love it.
Yeah. Cause I didn't even know that people in the YouTube streets knew me like that. Cause I've been on YouTube for 19 years, and actually this probably be my last year because I'm just ready for the next level.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
indeed.
Yeah.
Before we get started, I'm just curious,
Hmm.
what because you're well versed in the occult realm. What
Yeah.
school of thought have you been through to get for you to have this knowledge that you have of the occult?
A lot of it started in my background in Jamaica as in
Mm,
Obia.
mm,
My father was an Obia man, a Rasta, Naya Bingi Rasta and Bobo Shanti. And I grew up, even
right.
though I was born and raised in Kingston, grew up in Kingston. Later, when my mother moved to Germany and stuff, I grew up with my father.
Mm-hmm.
And I grew up around women that were into the occult in
Mm-hmm.
Obia.
Ooh, woman. Woo.
Yeah, and it was a spiritual science, that dealt a lot with like spirits, angels, demons, removing spirits off of people, tapping in herbs. They were master herbalism, master diviners. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? And working with like the Solomonic magic, you know?
I'm here. I'm here. I had to
Yeah,
finish.
okay. The Solomonic magic, because a lot of the men in the order, the Nyabingi order and stuff, they dealt with Solomonic magic.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
So that was the realm, and later on, you know, when I came to America at 15 years old in my 20s, I got involved with Ifa,
Mm-hmm.
Palo,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? And Kemetic. But I left the Ifa thing because I couldn't do dogma because it's spiritual dogma,
Right.
and I was just too radical anyway, because a couple of them tried to come for my ass, you know what I'm saying? When I ran off from their little groups,
Yeah.
So over the years, I just, did my own thing. For me, I get a lot of download from source
Excellent. Excellent.
because I just did a reading for a sister yesterday, and it was so funny. She was telling me about a coworker her she was having so much problems with.
Uh-huh.
And as she was telling me, I'm reading the coworker, and I'm like, oh, that bitch about to die anyway. She got cancer.
Ooh.
And I'm like, this raggedy hoe, balled in, she got cankles, and she was like, oh my God, priestess, how did you see that? I said, I don't know. Source be showing me stuff like remote viewing. And
Yeah.
I just saw just by me reading for this sister and picking up this coworker's energy, like her whole thing came up
Mm-hmm.
on Astro Rum, and it was like, oh yeah, you ain't even got to bust her down. I mean, I'll give you some shit to bust her down, but bitch, she got one leg in the grave anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah.
What?
And so to me, it's always the downloads from source, because even the number 666
Mm-hmm.
was a download I got.
Uh-huh.
You know? Yeah.
And it's funny because you didn't know I was gonna tell you let's do the show tonight, and I didn't know you was about to do the show also on 666. So we both had it in our mind.
We both had it in our mind because I'm like, that's going to be my next topic that I'm going to talk about on my show. And I'll probably still redo,
Yeah.
yeah,
So tell
yeah.
what's your YouTube for the people? What is it? The name of you?
Oh, it's Priestess Auset Ra Amen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, should I type it in the chat?
No, it's your name is right there, so they got
Oh,
it.
oh, oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
Priestess Auset Ra Amen.
Yo,
Because,
so
yeah.
Priestess, I'm sorry, real quick. Before
Mhm.
we get started with the topic of 666, do you mind sharing us some recent downloads you may have gotten from Source? Because a lot of shit's going on. So what recent
Okay,
downloads you
yeah.
got recently? I would love to know.
Well, a couple of the downloads that I got, this presidency is basically going to blow up in their face. You know what I'm saying? I also saw, like Trump, I'd be surprised if he lasts like 2 years. I saw him get on the astro realm because, his own people might, do him in when they realize just like a loose cannon. And I'm neither Democrat or Republican. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, right wing, left wing, same bird. They're all on the same team, and they just make it like it's because Malcolm X said, if you vote for the Democrat, you're a chump. And he was assassinated right after he said that a few weeks later, because the Republican Party used to be the party of the people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Before, and the Democratic Party was a KKK party, And so what it is, and this is not about racism. The Caucasian man was given 6,000 years to rule. His rule been up on this planet since 2012. That's when the Mayan calendar ends. You know what I'm saying? But they're hanging on with Kung Fu death grip because the age of Aquarius is the age of power to the people collectively. And the people are tired of wars. And one of the downloads I got from the mother, she said, man should have evolved beyond wars. Because think about it. They've been fighting wars for centuries. I'm almost embarrassed for my species. Because at what point do you evolve? There is no reason to be fighting any wars. I don't give a fuck where you're from because don't nobody come out of their mother's womb with a deed that says you own any part of the world.
That's facts.
And to me, fighting your fellow brothers, so many people dying, and just the catastrophic trauma that it inflicts on people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The psychological mental damage. And so Mama said she's getting ready to roll up her sleeve and start two-piecing some hoes on planet Earth. You know what I'm saying? And this presidency, like I said, is going to blow up in their faces because when they realize that, first of all, and I don't have nothing against this guy. I don't care either way. But when you look at a person that incited his base to run down on Capitol Hill, can you imagine if Obama did that? And a couple of police were shot. You know what I'm saying? And he's been convicted of how many crimes and, and actually the word that came down from source, and it ain't only me, a plethora of spiritualists, both male and female, have gotten this, that Kamala was supposed to be the first female president. That election really was rigged.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Can thank Musk for that, Muskrat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it's a lot of stuff. And so, one of the things is the mother have said, like he might end up like passing away in like a year or two, and it's going to be some shit because like I said, his own people, when they realize like the runaway train, because he done took America from the World Health Organization. He's doing a whole bunch of craziness. And when you look at the ultimate disrespect, when he said with women, grab them by the you-know-what. That is so disrespectful. That is showing you somebody that ain't got no respect for women. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And the fact that somebody like that with no political experience, a reality show person, has been placed in the highest office. And not once, but twice.
Yeah.
This is letting you know that this is really the end of their reign. You know what I'm saying? Because when you stand back and you look at this, it's like, it's unfriggin' believable. So it because this presidency is going to be like a runaway train. And somebody is going to have to step in, because what they were planning, thinking that, they were going, and what it is, he was also put in as a distraction because they know this age, people are waking up spiritually. Right. And it's because I did a show way back when where I said a lot of niggas gonna be some super niggas because we're getting ready to be activated on a spiritual level. I don't know how many people are ready for that. You may wake up one day and you got the ability to remote control, view, read minds, do some hot shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so they know. And social media is the new zombification.
Mm.
I see people driving and they're like this. They're driving like this. Like, you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Cannot pull themselves away. So it's a distraction from you waking up. And so with him, it was a distraction to keep everybody like, oh my God, what is he going to do next? What is he going to say? Everybody clutching their pearls. But it's like, you know what? Just let this train wreck continue until, whoever steps in. Because at the highest level, you got people in the highest level that aren't even human.
Mm. So
Oh
I've
yeah.
heard. So I've heard. I've
Oh,
heard.
oh yeah.
People
So
say.
it's some shit, and it's time for us
Yeah.
to rise
Right.
where we don't have to do anything because this is the age of air and water.
Mm.
So, our Heka is
Mm.
going to elevate where you can just say some shit and it just manifests.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
We did a show on that last year.
Yeah.
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 We did a show on that
Yeah.
last.
Life and death is in the power of the tongue. And this is what the Cometics call the Heka, your
Mm.
sacred utterance. And even the Dogon tribe in Africa, the Nomos, the ancient ancestral water spirit that imparts power of the word.
Mm.
We have that.
Talk to him. Yes.
Because I remember in Jamaica, with the Obia woman, them used to always say, yo, don't put your goat mouth on me. Because they say some shit and it just manifests right away.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like him, oh, don't worry about him. Him soon dead. A week later, the motherfucker done drop dead.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, and a lot of us have that
That power.
that ability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, also, Priestess, shout out. I seen a show. Somebody sent me a show. You was on the show. I think the host name is Mother T or something. You know who I'm talking?
Oh yeah, Mama T. Yeah,
Mama
she's a
T, I
cancer
seen
like me. Yeah. I was on, yeah.
a couple of other sisters on there, and it was a dope show. Y'all was talking about like the was it the primordial or something like that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yo, it was a fly show. I was like, yo, this is a good show. So shout out to Mother T and the rest of the people that was on that show. It was a real good show, y'all. Real good show. If I'm
Yeah. And
you
and,
good.
and I just did a show with another sister. Let me see if I can find her because she asked me to be on her show. So I want to shout her out too.
Okay.
Because I didn't know so many of these sisters, so many of them I admired. The
Mhm.
Light Collective, her name is Zoti Speaks.
Okay. Shout out to
Yeah, we just did a show. The Light Collective. Her show is called The Light Collective. Yeah. And
the
so please go and check out that sister too. Very powerful priestess.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. So let's get to this talk
Mhm.
666. So much
Right.
fusion. It has a lot of esoteric meaning behind it.
Mhm.
I can't wait to hear what you got to say. Some people say it's evil, the mark of the beast.
Yeah.
Let's have this talk.
First of all, the number 6 is feminine in nature.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
it's ruled by the planet Venus, which is, the goddess Hathor, Taurus in the second house, and Libra in the seventh house. This is Ma'at.
Mm-hmm.
This is balance.
Mm-hmm.
The number 6 is also the number of the mother.
Mm.
They talk about Nikola Tesla, talk about the secrets of the universe, 369. Those are the numbers of the divine feminine. We're taking all our shit back. 3 is the maiden, 6 is the mother, 9 is the crone. Okay?
Mm.
And so when you do the 666, you come up with 18, which 1 plus 8 equals 9.
Right, right.
This is all about endings and transformation, a culmination.
Mm.
So 666 was calling the mother 3 times.
Ooh.
Yeah. But they demonized that because this is when, you are reaching out to Hathor, Sekhmet, and Ma'at. And let me go back here to the Babylonians because I got some notes here. Okay, when we go back to the Babylonians, let's see. Is this my shit here? Okay, hold on. Oh, that's some other sister with a name Auset too. Okay. The
That
three major Babylonian goddess with the 666 was Ishtar, Ninhursag, and Inanna. Inanna, also known as Ishtar, was a goddess of love and war. Ninhursag, called the mother goddess, associated with creation and healing. And Erishkigal, the underworld.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So these were the 666. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And then, when you go to the Kemetic pantheon, you got Auset, Hathor, and Sekhmet.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the 666. Auset, the motherhood of fertility, Hathor, love, protection, and, Sekhmet, the fierce goddess associated with war.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Right.
And so there is an aspect of 666 that is identified with healing, with teaching, loving, nurturing the mother.
Mm-hmm.
But it all comes up to a number 9, which is the crone. And then even the 666, when we turn it upside down, 999,
Yeah.
which is 27, which is a number 9.
Mm-hmm.
This is our divine science, because all of that comes up to 9. And this is a culmination, because number 9 deals with all of the planets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they had to demonize it to take us away. You know what I'm saying? From our divine science. Because, number 9 is ruled by Mars.
Yes.
Aries in the first house and Scorpio in the 8th house. The 8th house of occult and transformation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And 9 deals with, because we're in the age of Aquarius. This is a 9 energy. This year, 2025, it
9,
comes
right.
up to a 9. And 9 deals with humanitarianism.
Mm-hmm.
Coming into your power, self-determination, charitable, global-minded, spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
This is where we as a collective come into this spiritual stuff that they can't tamper it. Because you're no longer going to be able to spiritually castrate us through religion by telling us, love your enemy. You know what I'm saying? And, bless those who curse you. No, the number 9, we come in with some energy. It's love and humanitarianism, but fuck around and find out it's also complete destruction and annihilation. And this was what the 666 was. Is, because it's the mother, but it's also the mother who eats her young, and they knew that, so they demonized that, because the loving, nurturing mother, it's just like the goddess Hathor, the goddess of beauty and love and marriage and merriment, but when she gets pissed off, she turns into Sekhmet, the destroyer, that just come through and just tear down everything.
What you, and I was just thinking, I was just looking at you saying, we talk about how much history of the divine feminine got erased and usurped. And when you said, it's just like the mother who ate her young, it reminds me of, I'm an 8, I'm ruled by Saturn. You talk about Saturn. They say Saturn ate his children, but they said his children. What's your thoughts on Saturn's connection to the divine feminine, and also the fact that Saturn ate his children, just like you said?
Well, first of all, Saturn is a female.
Okay.
And this is I'm not a man, hate a lesbian, because my favorite children are my sons, and because each of my daughter, the cops had to be called, because one of them, I had to call the cops like, yo, y'all come get this bitch, because I'm about to kill her. I'm about to be Marvin Gaye's father and bust a cap in her ass. You know what I'm saying? And they had to come and square that off. But my sons, they don't give me no problem. They know mommy is the queen. And, what mommy say, we just going to go sit our asses down, But Saturn is a female. And this goes back, way from the Babylonian Sumerian time. And how disrespectful they have Saturn as a white male eating a baby. what Saturn is. And you know, it's funny, when I went into a deep meditation and I got a download, and I asked them to show me, you know, a representation of what Saturn looks like. And they gave me the black actress from Gone with the Wind, Hattie McDaniel. That's how Saturn looks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
That is
yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
That is
And
interesting.
yeah. And so, you know, the thing with Saturn, Saturn rules over discipline,
Mm-hmm.
mastery.
Mm-hmm.
See, here's the thing with Saturn. You can't fuck around. You got to come in and do the work.
Do the work. You have to, yes.
Because see, here's the thing: in order for you to be a spiritual kung fu master, and there's a brother, you know, he's made his transition, Dr. Neb Naba Lamosa or something, from the Dogon tribe, and he have a lot of videos on YouTube too. You know who I'm talking about?
I might. I don't want to say for sure, but I might. I think I might know who you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Let me see if I can look him up real quick. Let me go on YouTube. Neb. Let me see. Neb. 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 Naba.
Yeah, they said Saturn is the real Big Mama.
Yeah. Here we go. Neb Naba. And he did a lot. This was him. He did a lot with the Kemetic calendar. Master Naba.
I think when you let me see. Hold on. Yeah, I heard of the brother. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And he goes extensively into the whole Kemetic thing and the Dogon.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so, you know, when he talks about like becoming spiritual, well, we're born spiritual.
Uh-huh.
You're born with the seeds, but it's up to you to water and nurture those seeds, that it grows into a plant, into a full grown tree that now bears your spiritual fruit that you can now eat from. And that's what Saturn is. Saturn is all about mastery. And let me just go here, because I got this thing on my phone, Planetary Times. And let me just, Saturn rules over discipline, patience, overcome an obstacle, repair whatever is broken. You know, I don't know why this came on my damn phone. All this, you know, they got all this goddamn thing. Okay. Saturn deals with honor, duty, law, restriction, deprivation, pragmatism. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Obligation, principle, ancestors. Saturn even rules over slavery. Patience. You understand? Saturn is about you moving from the fact of being a neophyte to a full self mastery, a spiritual master. And so, you know, but Saturn will also eat her young if you are not following. And it doesn't mean eat the baby, but it's like if you cannot, you know, do what you're supposed to do, you will be destroyed, because Saturn rules over destruction. You understand? And it's either you're going to step into your full mastery or you just get out the way. And this is why they demonize the 6-6. First of all, they didn't want you tapping into that mother energy. And it was 3 mothers, 6, 6, 6. Mother, mother, mother.
It's powerful. That's powerful.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
Powerful. Mother.
Yeah. And listen, mother, 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 past, present, and future.
Whew.
They didn't want you tapping into that. So they had to come up with demonization and made people afraid of the number 666. You know what I'm saying? And when it rules over justice, balance, karma, maturity, and everything has its polarity, because it's love and balance and all of that, but there's a shadow side. Because the 666 will go to war and annihilate. Yeah. And we work with both sides. We work with 666 and we work with 999. We turn the 6 upside down.
Right, right, right.
You know what I'm saying? These are our divine science.
You know, and I wanted to ask you, so you know, we're talking about Saturn and 666 being connected to Saturn, and you talking about Saturn and discipline, it ruling over discipline. You know how they be like, you feed the lower frequency entities, they feed off of fear and anger,
Yeah,
feed off of these emotions. So does the Saturn, does it feed off of discipline? Like if I'm disciplined, I'm feeding Saturn by being disciplined. The same way I'm fearful, I'm feeding these lower frequency entities. Is that how it works?
right. Because see, Saturn have you overcome fear.
Mm-hmm.
With Saturn, you go from practicing kung fu to being a full spiritual Shaolin master.
Mm-hmm.
And how they rule this thing is through fear. Fear is their major weapon
Right, right.
because fear actually even lowers your shield, your energetic shield.
Yeah, yeah.
It makes you spiritually weaker. And this is why so much fear is infused into the collective.
Yeah.
But you have got to transmute that fear.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah. And this is where the age of Aquarius comes in because the age of Aquarius is power to the people.
Mm.
There is a thing on YouTube called Planet Risk. And I would implore everybody to go and type in Planet Risk.
What that it's like an animated documentary
Yeah, well,
movie, a movie.
a movie, right? With
You
the
see,
Anunnakis, our
it's good.
ancient
You seen it?
ancestor, nine ether.
You
Yeah,
seen it? I gotta see.
yeah,
Oh
yeah. And
man,
look at that. The nine ether.
yeah,
That's the six upside down.
yeah.
Even though they try to turn it upside up and six ether. Stop it. And if the six, because they're saying the six ether is them. No, the six ether is still us, baby.
Mm, mm.
Yeah.
Because
And so this is what it is. Because see what the 666 was about us tapping into that divine feminine energy.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because the first species placed on this planet was the black woman,
Mm.
the mother of all.
What were their names? What name would you give the first species on this planet?
Nubians.
Nubians. Okay.
Nubians, because that's our race. That's the name of our race. They
Right.
call us black people, but black is a color.
mm-hmm.
Our race is Nubians,
Mm-hmm.
nine ether beings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Excellent. So
yeah,
what about when you hear 666, people think of the word Satan and they say Saturn is Satan.
yeah.
What is the origins of this character Satan? Where do we get Satan from?
Well, they have demonized Saturn and they created this mythical being, Satan,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and they have tied it in with Saturn.
Okay.
Because you see, Saturn, they can't come with no fuckery.
Right.
You understand? Because Saturn is the one planet. I mean, you can play around with the moon, the sun, you cannot do that with Saturn. You have got to have your stuff all the way together
Mm.
because she rules over life, death, rebirth, transformation. She rules over karma. She got the tablets of destiny, all of that.
Mm.
Everything evolved from Saturn.
Mm.
She is the ultimate mother planet, the crone
Mm-hmm.
that holds everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so by them equating it with Satan, it was to make you afraid. First of all, this being does not exist. This Satan, this is a mythical character
Okay. You're right. Right. Right.
that they use to demonize Saturn,
Mm.
you know?
What about Lucifer? What is Lucifer? Because
Well, Lucifer is a celestial being, a
woman,
celestial
divine,
being.
feminine, divine.
Yeah, an angel. Yeah, a celestial being. And it's also a she
Uh-huh.
that she was, was a renegade celestial being.
Mm-hmm.
That pretty much, because you got a lot of them that got thrown out of the celestial realm and they came down to earth and bred in with the inhabitants of earth. And Lucifer, she's a light bearer.
Mm-hmm.
She was a renegade celestial being that pretty much wanted to do her own thing. And it's like, okay, it's like you're in the military because
Right.
the celestial, they're like the celestial military, and
Mhm.
you got to go by certain order because you are the guardians of the galaxy,
Mm.
and you oversee also planet Earth.
Mhm.
Planet Earth is overseen by demons,
Ooh.
and demons, they look like gargoyles. The gargoyles are real.
Mhm.
They're what demons look like.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
everything has a polarity, and they are protectors of planet Earth.
Wow.
And the celestial being from above, that's in the cosmic universal realm, they also protect planet Earth. So every now and then you'll have some stuff that'll roll by here that'll want to, come down here and do some shit. And when you hear violent thunder and storms and all of that, a lot of times it's intergalactic battle with the demons below and the celestial beings above fighting off some shit
Mm.
from running down on us.
Mm. That is
Because
what's
we already have beings here.
yeah.
That's in high places in the government.
Mm. Mm.
You
Mm.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wow. Yo,
Yeah.
have you ever, whether it was Jamaica or over here, have you ever seen one of these beings or extraterrestrial?
Oh yeah.
Everybody's talking about aliens. Well,
Oh
like,
yeah.
what you know?
I went out in my backyard one time, probably about, I want to say, was Heru even born, Daniel? This was about it's probably about 14 years ago. And it was about 3 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what the hell I was doing up 3 o'clock washing dishes, but I was, taking some stuff out in the backyard.
Mm-hmm.
And there was like this round table in the backyard with like several beings sitting at a table,
Mm-hmm.
different species of alien.
Wow.
And one of them was like a reptilian, and he was real nasty and mean when I came outside. And he was in a gruff, "What the fuck you doing out here? Get back inside." And for a minute I looked, and the human part of me, the foolish part of me, wanted to be like, "Yo, who the fuck you talking to, bitch? You on my planet." But there was another alien at the table, a gray, who
Mm.
started communicating with me telepathically and was like, "Nah, sis, go back inside because he's real crazy." And they showed me something in the ground that was sticking up out of the ground. You're gonna trip and fall. And the next morning, it's gonna find you in the morning dead with something going through your throat, coming out the back of your neck. So
Ooh.
please go back inside. And common sense prevailed, and I took my black ass back inside.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm. Wow. Damn. That's a that's a hell of an experience there.
Yeah, and it was several different beings, like they were having some type of discussion
Mm-hmm.
about whatever, and I just happened upon them.
Mm-hmm.
But the reptilian, they're not nice. These ones, they're not nice at all.
Mm. Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
What,
yeah.
what what can you tell me about we talking about Satan and Saturn
Hmm.
and 666. The cube is often associated with Saturn. Now, if you open up a cube, it looks just like the cross Jesus was on. So
Hmm.
what connection is there, a connection between Saturn and this whole Jesus mythology?
Not really.
Hmm.
First of all, it was Yahshua,
Right.
and well, in a sense, because Yahshua, unbeknownst to them, was a master sorcerer.
Right. Right.
Because listen, magic. What do you call turning water into wine? That's some magical shit.
Yeah.
And he was actually, a high priest.
Hmm.
And he was not the namby-pamby character that they made it. He was more Malcolm X than Dr. King.
Mm.
You
Mm.
feel me?
Yeah.
And so there was a slight association. He pretty much came, to like bring the word. He came like a Dr. King
Hmm.
in a sense, And at that time, they didn't want the people waking up.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm. Mm.
And so if you bypass the dogma and look at a lot of his teaching, it was really very radical.
Hmm.
And he was a very radical brother.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, he did not come to save the whole world.
Mm.
He came for whoever was ready. for that. You know, and they have even turned him into something else. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think about, in the spiritual community, we're taught about mantras and affirmations and
Hmm.
chants and stuff like that. Do you think, and we use words for that, do you think we should start using numbers for affirmations or mantras? Like, should somebody say 666 to call on the great mother,
Oh, yes, they can. They can.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? They can.
hmm
You know, because like I said, the number 6 deals with the planet Venus.
right.
And Venus is ruled over by Libra, balance. And, you know, my aunt is the cosmic judge. She's also a number 6. She is a cosmic judge.
hmm
You know what I'm saying?
hmm
So they can say, because when I do my Saturn mantra, um, Om Sham Shani Charaya Namaha.
hmm
And when I finish at the end and I do my Saturn Shamalama Ding Dong, I call my spiritual practice Shamalama Ding Dong because I practice like really about 15 different spiritual systems that I intertwine in one. You know what I'm saying? And so at the end of my thing, I will say in Latin, Despertus enemicos meos et Saturnia nomen, which is destroy my enemies in Saturn's name.
mm
You know what I'm saying?
hmm hmm
And so we can invoke the 666, knowing that we are invoking the mothers of past, present, and future. You're going all the way back to Ninhursag, to Inanna,
mm.
to Tiamat, to Erishkigal, to Auset, to Hathor. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And the ultimate mother above that, Saturn.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. Nah,
Yeah,
this sounds real powerful. This sounds real powerful. And
yeah.
I've heard you say that because we're all talking about the age of Aquarius, and you said that Saturn rules over the age of Aquarius.
Yes,
That's
she's
something.
your ancient ruler. Because, and listen, I know a lot of people, you know, because when I do like astrology, spiritual consultation for people, which is their natal chart, and I go through and I show them what they came here to do, what they're working with, walking with, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they got Uranus, Pluto, and Neptune. These are 3 recent planets that they discovered.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I'm just going to say the ancients from the Sumerians, Babylonians, Phoenician, Kemites, they dealt with 7 planets: Saturn, Mars, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Sun, and Moon. Here you come. Oh, in 1948 or something, we discovered Pluto. First of all, Scorpio, ancient planet, was Mars.
Mm-hmm.
It's now been assigned to Pluto.
Wow.
Yeah. And then there's Uranus. And I call Uranus baby Saturn and Neptune the moon.
Mm. Interesting.
Because it's once again trying to come in through the back door of spirituality and try to, you know, take us off the path by focusing on these 3 new planets. And listen, I'm not saying that, you know, they want to ride with these planets. That's fine. Pluto, you know, because Pluto's supposed to be in some planet for the next 43 years.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to bring massive changes. But the age of Aquarius is for the next 2,400 years. There's going to be massive changes anyways.
Right.
5 years from now, shit's going to be totally different. First of all, we have passed out of 3D. We're now in 5D. I don't know if you've been feeling it, but for the last 3 years, I've been feeling the anxiety and like you get hit with bolts of Dragon Ball Z energy where it's like, and you feel like you could be driving down the street and feel like you're in a whole nother realm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was the weirdest fucking thing for me. And it just now settled, but you still get hit. Not like you would get hit like 10 times a day. Now it's like twice a day, but the energy have settled because it does talk about a split happening. You know, the Bible, the new earth. You know what I'm saying? And this is a new shift in consciousness. our consciousness is elevated. They call it the Schumann resonance on the planet. That if Mother Earth was vibrating at like a 7, she's not like at a 20 or a 30.
That's a lot.
And for the folks who are tapped in, you feeling this. And see, I'm a triple water sign. I'm a Cancer, Scorpio moon, rising Pisces. Even though the Hindus say, I'm a rising Aquarius, and I ride with both. You know what I'm saying? Because Aquarius is air and water. You feel me? And I feel this stuff on a minute level. And what it is, we are elevating in consciousness. Remember, we are descendants of the ancient Sumerians, Babylonians, Phoenicians, Cushites, Fattites. It's in our DNA, in our RNA. All that happened was that we were put to sleep for 2,400 years under the age of Pisces. Because Pisces was supposed to be a very spiritual time, but it was hijacked. And, the Bible, because when you have the Ethiopian, the Coptic Bible, there's 88 books or 80 books. That's not even in the so-called King James Version Bible. And the Bible is a book of spells. Even though I'm one of the biggest occultists on the planet, my first bust down to bust holes down who step out their lane is the Bible. Because it's one of the biggest books of spells. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because, and let me just share something with you about that. Because I have my little notes here. Look at this Bible here. Book of Psalms. The book of Psalms. Let's see. Psalms 55:15. Let death take my enemies by surprise. Let them go down alive in the grave. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let their days be few and another take. This is, do you need to remove a bad politician or government official from your life? This is the Psalms to do it. Psalms 109, verses 8. Let his days be few and let another take his office. And you would just add on to that, the other that take the office is honest and ethical and work for the benefit of the people. Because you can add on. You know what I'm saying? And look at even Psalms 137:9. How blessed will be the one who sees your infants and dash them against a rock. And you telling me about some love and life shit? Yo, it got some violence in there. Snatching up your infant and flinging them and busting them up against the wall. You know what I'm saying? And so these are what, they didn't want you to tap into. So they use other things in the Bible to put you to sleep, because they put in the Bible, love your enemy, bless those who curse you, love your oppressor. What kind of fuckery is that? Pardon my French. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people rode with that, still riding with that. Because if we understood, even though the 666 is all about love and community and motherhood and all of that, that the shadow side of that is really some violent stuff. Destroy your infants. The mother who eats the infants, and not in a literal sense. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's like, because when Saturn comes through, she ain't got no mercy if she got to run down on folk.
I want to, Priestess, I want to get to, because I know you only had an hour tonight. So I want to get to a few questions from the people before you get out of here.
Oh, yes.
They already started putting in questions in the chat.
Okay, let me take a sip of rum. Yeah.
Oh, King Simon, my Jamaican brother said, fuckery is Jamaican, not French.
Okay. Okay. That's all right. No, but I say, pardon my French, but we know. Yeah, we know.
Shout out to King Simon in the chat, my brother King Simon. Let's get to some Q&A. Priestess, I said, men only got an hour tonight, so we're going to start Q&A right now so I can get some good questions from y'all. I already got a super chat question. Let me put the priestess on the full screen while we get to some questions. Let's get to this first super chat. Are Lucifer Lilith connected?
Yes, they are. Even though Lilith is a separate entity because she is her own, she is her own deity, but her and Lucifer are, in a sense, it's like Lilith would be a mother and Lucifer is like an auntie. They can work in tandem together, but they're their own separate being because they try to intertwine them, but they're separate, but they are on like the same frequency.
Indeed. Okay. Good way to explain that. Great way to explain that.
Mhm.
Give me some more questions. Let me see. They want me to ask you about the ringing in ears. Everybody's curious about that. The ringing in the ears.
Okay, first of all, the ringing in the ears, if it's not tinnitus, because once you become spiritually awakened, and I've said this often, silence is loud. You will never again hear silence.
Whoo, that's deep.
You always hear like you out in the woods.
Damn.
You know the sound of the woods when you out in the woods?
Yeah.
That's what you hear all because you're awake now.
Damn.
You're awake and silence is now loud.
Wow. That is fire.
So, yeah, but there is tinnitus, and you want to make sure it's not tinnitus, but ringing in the ears on a spiritual level, if it's not tinnitus, it signals that you are awake.
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to another question. Where's it at? How should a beginner start doing the affirmations?
Well, you can go on YouTube and just look up affirmations. You can even write your own affirmations. Like let's just say, my government name is Michelle. I, Michelle, invoke peace and prosperity in my life. I, Michelle, communicate with my ancestors. I, Michelle, I'm a light of positivity. You can write your own affirmation because here is the thing. You have the power within you. The Kemites call it your Heka. Write your own affirmations of what you would like to affirm. Like I will not allow negativity. I will allow peace and tranquility in my life. Go online and look up some affirmations and take it from there and create your own affirmations. That's how you can start. And listen, you ain't got to do nothing big and complicated. Just start out because I am bipolar, manic depressive, and psychosis. And when I tell people I started out meditating with 1 minute, they laugh. But 1 minute is an eternity to a mofo that wake up crunk. You know what I'm saying? And over the years, now I can meditate for 3 hours if I wanted to. You don't need that long, 5 or 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about you creating. We're in the age now of you are the creator. So you can go online. What I love about this age, like, let me just go here. Hold on. Gonna go on Google. Okay, I'm just gonna show you something. Affirmation, AFFIR, affirmations. Okay, and affirmations are positive phrases that can help you think and act in a more positive way. I am an affirmation. Examples of affirmation. I am in control of my life. I am capable of handling any challenges. You feel me? And that's how you start out, my sister.
Indeed. Indeed. All right, let's keep this thing going. Somebody wants to know, would you recommend people to learn about the occult and practice it?
Of course. First of all, when you start learning the occult, you're going to need to practice it. Because, the old saying, practice make perfect. And so, but you want to find out because each of us, Like your eighth house is your house of the occult. You know what I'm saying? So let's just say you have the eighth house is also ruled over by Scorpio. So let's just say your eighth house is in Aries. Well, you already know this is some Sekhmetian magic. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And there is the Kemetic chants, Ertana Hekau Apen Sekhmet. May I be given the words of power of Sekhmet. And wherever your occult is that lies in your natal chart, let's say it's in Aries, so you already know this is candle magic. So if
Mm-hmm.
you want to learn all that you can about fire, you know what I'm saying? And to simplify your occult, you know, they got the cartoon avatar, firebender, waterbender, earthbender, airbender. What kind of bender are you?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you can start out your occult. Air magic, fire magic, water magic, earth magic. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's up to you how deep you want to go with the occult.
Indeed.
Yes.
Next, let's keep this thing going. Next question. What is the difference between a priestess and an empress?
Well, an empress is something like a queen that sits on a throne. A priestess is basically somebody that's involved in, you know, like spiritual, you know, dealings. An
Mm-hmm.
empress is like the empress of Ethiopia. And whereas like Auset was a priestess in the temple of Kemet.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. Somebody wants to know what are some ways to regulate central nervous system?
Well, you got to learn to meditate. First of all, you got to learn how to control you.
Mm-hmm.
And I say this as a person that is bipolar. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a motherfucker like me wake up in the morning, what's my motherfucking name? Some DMX shit playing in my head. And I got to be like, calm it down. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
it starts with you learning self mastery. You know what I'm saying?
Priestess. Priestess.
Learning because you can regulate your nervous system. Because all it is, you know, and we get caught up into this world because what they do is they keep us, you know, distracted and consumed with the fuckery going on in the world. And everybody is clutching their invisible pearl, like, oh my God, we're gonna go to war, and this is the economy, and this and you only you can control that nervousness, and you can. And you can do that through meditation, through deep breathing, through meditation. Remember, you are the master of you. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm.
Yeah, and if you want to look into like herbalism, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, but deep breathing and centering yourself that I am in control.
Mm.
Yeah.
Dude, let's keep this thing going. We got about 7 minutes left. Next question:
Mhm.
will there be a galactic visitation?
Oh, of course. Our Anunnaki ancestors, you know, will at some point be running down. I mean, they've been coming back and forth. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I would not doubt that they have not been visitation because if you knew the billions of beings that exist on this planet in the invisible realm, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so most definitely.
Mm. All right. What are your thoughts on divination?
Oh yeah, divination is real. You know, divination is the ability to see into other realms. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Divination is communing with source to get answers. You understand? Divination is a legitimate practice, you know, because when somebody comes to me for a spiritual consultation, you know, um, I can't help, or today I did a reading for a brother, an angel reading, and I couldn't help like tapping in, like seeing one of his past life, like he was a priest in Kemet doing rites over a dead pharaoh, doing mummification rituals. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Divinations is the art of tapping in with source to receive answers. Yeah. Divination is legit. You just want to make sure the person you're going to is honest and ethical, so they ain't gonna tell you no fuckery. Oh, you got a curse on you. You know, you gotta give me $5,000 to take it off, or yeah,
Okay, okay.
yeah.
The next question is, when people start to get their powers, how should they handle it? Should they hide it or should they make it known?
You want to keep it to yourself. You don't want to make it known until everybody's, those who are supposed to be awakened are awakened and everybody knows. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Yeah. Because why would you go around and go broadcast it? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Because, first of all, when you start getting your powers, you have to begin. The first order of business is protection. Like, I wear like black obsidian, black tourmaline, you know what I'm saying? Different stones. I wear shungite around my waist. You have to, because we will always have our haters, unfortunately.
Hmm.
And you will have people that are jealous of you because of your spiritual gifts and will want to come for you if you haven't stepped into full mastery. So, they know when they run up, they get done up. Until you get to that point, I would keep it to yourself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
because that's your time for you to take your time to study and know and how to perfect your newfound, gifts that are going to be downloaded. Yeah.
great response. Wiz, I just seen some question I want because it's a couple of good questions, but there was one I wanted to get to. Okay, here we go. How do you eliminate doubt and fear when starting a cult practice?
Well, first of all, if you got doubt and fear, don't even bother with the occult. You know what
Mm,
I'm saying? That's something you have to get over because the occult has been demonized.
mm,
You need to know when you are going to the occult. First of all, these are deep practices that, your ancestors, Babylonians, Phoenician, practice the occult. This is part of who we are. We are occultic people, but you want to make sure that you have done the work where you can meditate, you've taken your spiritual bath, you have tapped in with your guides, your celestial beings that watch over you. You know what I'm saying? Because in the occult they're all different beings, and you want to make sure that you're not going to be tapping into some old crazy stuff. Like, I'll give you an example. And I'm not a racist, but I'm sure I got some ancestors that are, because they've been through slavery, and I can't smoke weed. I would love to smoke weed. And a few times I've smoked weed. I had this one ancestor come in, kill the white people. And I'm like,
shit.
no, I can't. Shit. You're not in flesh no more. They can't lock your black ass up, but they can lock my black ass up. And I'm not going to smoke some weed and be out here, some ganja, run down on fucking random ass white folk with a gat or a cutlass, machete.
Hmm.
And so, with the occult, you will have shit from time to time that'll run up. And you got to be like, nah, you got to get the fuck on. And I'm not talking about my ancestors, like, because because in the occult, there are many things. But once you do your work to protect yourself, but if you have fear, you shouldn't deal with the occult. You can just deal with your celestial beings, angel, because dealing with angel is an occultic path, because you have angels of love, prosperity, angels of death, angels of vengeance. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole occult path. There are different paths of the occult. You can deal with Orisha, you can deal with Lois, you can deal with demonolatry. You know what I'm saying? You can deal with like crystal earth type energy. You know what I'm saying? Working with beings in nature. But if you are fearful, you have to eliminate doubt and fear, because that's something that was bred in us for us to not go into the occult, because that's how we can level the playing field. You know what I'm saying? They made you afraid of the occult while they were using the occult to put spells on your ass in the churches.
Mm. Uh,
Okay.
Let's get to a question from King Simon. He wants to know, is the magic in the Americas, Jamaica, and Haiti still powerful?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Now let me take another sip of this white rum, and don't worry about the time. It's cool. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
First of all, the magic in the Americas. Black Americans, there's a brother named Dame Calloway. He already do the thing to tell you who you are. Because Black Americans, for the most part, did not come from Africa. Jamaican and Haitians were sold in slavery by our African brothers and sisters. And the magic in Americas is shamanism and hoodoo. And hoodoo is a sister system to our Jamaican system, Obia, and even to a sense in Obia, voodoo. The thing with the Jamaica and Haiti is that, you have practitioners that are just not honest. I mean, look at Ifa. Look at how many unscrupulous practitioners that take advantage of people that, tell you need to be initiated. You need to come back to Africa and get initiated for $20,000, $30,000. I met a brother a few months ago that was homeless. He lost out $60,000 dealing with them. They got me for a few $1,000s when I first started, till I caught on. Because, I was in my 20s and googly eyes. You know what I'm saying? And so, the magic is still very powerful. Understand, this is in our DNA and RNA. Our magic is powerful, no matter where in the world it is. That's why. And let me give you all a message. What the download the mother said. A lot of y'all in the spiritual closet need to come out of that closet. It's time now for you to step up spiritually. Because our magic is very powerful. And listen, we don't need to sacrifice no goats and chickens and do no elaborate ritual. We're now in the age of air. This is Heka. You know what I'm saying? Where life and death is in the power of the tongue, and meditation and affirmations. You know what I'm saying? And working with your incense. You know what I'm saying? If you want to light a candle. But honestly, when you take a shower, speak into the water, because the Dogons, the ancient water spirits, the Nomos, that impart power to work. Speak into the water. You go outside, you speaking into the ear, and the wind carries your words. You understand? The earth that you walk on barefoot. Every now and then go out there and hug a tree. This the tree. Connect with nature. This is our magic is in nature. Our magic is in the air. All of this is our magic. And it's within us. It's within us, and it's in nature. That's why we ain't got to do too much.
Talk your talk.
Okay.
Talk. All right, y'all feel the energy. Y'all felt the energy rise up in here. All right, let's keep this thing going. Let's get to some more. We're gonna do about 4 more.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, 4 more. Then we're gonna get out of here because she gave us some more time. We're gonna do 4 more. Then we're gonna get out of here. Wow, what a show, y'all! Right? And the priestess is funny like a mug, right?
Oh yeah.
All right, let's another one from King Simon. Did the Maroons and Arawak of Jamaica practice these deep spiritual methods?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
My mother's father was a Maroon. My mother's whole bloodline is Maroon. My father's side is Tiano. You know what I'm saying? His mother was Tiano. His father was Syrian. My ancestors were one of the ones that burned down Master's plantation and ran up into the mountains, in the hills of St. Elizabeth, and set up their own compound. You know what I'm saying? And other parts. And these are probably the one that come and kill the white people. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the Maroons and the Arawaks, yeah, they practice, because the Arawak, the native Tianos, Arawak, they did deep spiritual shamanism. And shamanism is universal to Black Americans, Jamaicans, Haitians. One of our ancient systems is shamanism, and it's really working with nature and the spirits in nature. Yeah.
Loving it. Let's get to this next question. Thanks for the super chat. Is candle magic fire good for me? My mood is in Scorpio, 11th house. I'm a Pisces, sun, third house.
Oh yeah, candle magic. Anybody can work with candle magic. Because we are people of the sun. That's what the Kemites work with. Look
Right.
behind me. You see Hathor with the sun disk with the horns on her head.
Uh-huh.
We are people of the sun
Uh-huh.
and people of Saturn. Candle magic? Hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so, you want to do some money, you sprinkle some cinnamon. You do clockwise. That's bringing things to you. Counterclockwise, is reversal. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? There's a website online that shows you like how to read, the smoke in the candle.
Mm.
Yeah, because the way how your candle burn, and let me get that. It's called originalbotanica.com. Let me hold this up. Let me see how to interpret the way your candle burns.
Wow.
Yes. Originalbotanica.com. How to read and interpret how your ritual candle burn. Because of smoke, you got to be able to interpret the smoke, how the flame is dancing, how
Yeah.
it look. Because you'll fuck around and, you'll be in a trance and see one of your ancestors will come through the flame or
Mm.
one of your angels or something. Oh, yeah. Oh, it gets deep.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. Oh, she
Mhm.
going there tonight, y'all. Oh, she going there tonight, y'all. Oh, they need to get some before we get to the last two questions. What's your you do readings, right? The natal charts?
Yeah, yeah.
Give them your info for the readings before we get to these last two so we don't forget.
You can go to my website at Priestess. Let me put it in Priestess Auset Amen.com. You want me to put it in the chat?
King Simon, King, I think King Simon will put it. You can put it, but King, put that.
Yeah.
Okay, he got it already. He got it already. I knew he.
Okay, Priestess Auset Amen.com. And this is my website, Auset Temple Ministry. And in the summer, I'm actually going to be doing a ministry for women. And a lot of the men have asked me, I was only going to do it for the women, but the men, have asked me if they can join. And yes, whatever. But it's going to be primarily feminine mystery stuff that I will not teach on YouTube. And I've been on YouTube. I didn't even realize I've been on that bitch for 19 years. This will
Mm,
probably be my last year because I'm tired of that. I'm ready to, just be mentoring,
yeah,
what I'm saying, and teaching some stuff, because some stuff I'm just not going to teach on the air. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
right, right. All right. Let's get to these last two questions.
Hmm.
Well, I got some super chat here. Okay. Do you have any pointers on how to manage the big three? Pisces rising, Cancer sun, and Scorpio moon. I have the same placements. Peace.
Yeah, you just manage it. You know what I'm saying? You're a Cancer sun. Scorpio moon is a lot of intensity. So that's working with the realm of the underworld. Sex magic. That don't mean slinging the poon all over the place, but being able to channel the energy from your sacral chakra. You know what I'm saying? And bringing that energy up, And this is dealing with water energy. So you would be a water bender. You know what
Mm,
I'm saying? And
right.
Pisces is the foremost spiritual sign. Not that the rest ain't spiritual, but it's Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and Sagittarius. You
Mhm,
know what I'm saying?
mhm.
That water energy and Sagittarius fire. And that's because Sagittarius is ruled over by Jupiter, which is a planet of spiritual gifts and abundance. You know what I'm saying? And so, how you are able to manage it is by meditation and just learning to grounding and center yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because when you are water, you are very emotional. Like, I wear around my waist, I have a waist bead of hematite. You know what I'm saying? Wearing things like hematite and copper, and copper is one of our is one of our metals that shields your auric field. You know what I'm saying? Copper, I got a piece of iron for Ogun that shields. You know what I'm saying? Copper and hematite, and it helps to shield your auric field. But you have to practice grounding yourself so
Indeed.
you're not overly emotional and just, because water can make you very emotional because it is one of the most powerful elements. The baby grows in a womb for 9 or 7 months in water, but we are surrounded by fire, water, earth, air. So it's about learning to ground and center yourself. You are the master of you, and it takes practice. If my bipolar ass can do it, anybody can.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Hey, somebody said, is Priestess coming to the God Fest? I invited the Priestess, but she said she don't drive at nighttime. She said,
yeah, well, I may make Amin Ra drive me. I will see.
Okay, she might be there.
I don't like to drive at night.
Yo, the people
and that's on account because I didn't see some wild shit. That's why I don't smoke weed, because I didn't see gargoyles. I was driving down the street, North Carolina. A car flipped over, was on fire, about to slam in my truck, and I saw unseen hand moved it out the way. And I'm like, oh shit, did I just see that? And a huge gargoyle about 15 feet appeared, live and in living color, looked at me, smiled, winked, and disappeared. I said, oh shit, they're real. And now I got a big ass stone gargoyle outside. So imagine, and I didn't see aliens, I didn't see demons, I didn't see all kinds of shit straight. So, and at night, because, water signs, with having so much water, you can see some wild shit.
Yo, please get somebody to drive you there. Please get some.
Okay.
People will absolutely love it if they see you there. So she might come, y'all.
Why the hell you having it so late though?
Just a different vibe, different energy, that moon energy. Because I always do it during the daytime, so I just wanted a different vibe. It's more of a relaxed, chill.
Man, do that shit in the daytime, man. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I be driving at night. I've seen all the people that died in fucking car accidents. Their fucking spirit, as in like so in death on the corners of the street, just posting up all fucking angry and shit and walking around. And I'm like, fuck.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah.
All right. This is the last question. Let me see. Okay. Last question. Are spiritual spouses, dream lovers real, and do they help or harm us if there's no fear?
They are real, because we have all had different incarnations, and we all have a spiritual spouse, that can come into our dreams, or a dream lover from a past life. I've already got my next incarnation. Look at how deep this shit go. That they told me when I transition, I am going to be reincarnated on the continent of Africa. They said, but never speak of the country you're going to, because there's high-level wizards and witches that can pinpoint when you coming in, and whoever your mother is, make her have a miscarriage. How deep is that shit? Because I guess when we coming in, we look like a shooting star. And our people, man, if we knew how fucking powerful we are, that all it would take is me and 2 other sisters to go out in the woods, circle a tree, bow our heads, and we could cause tornadoes and earthquakes. You know what I'm saying? So we do have spiritual spouses and dream lovers. You know what I'm saying? And as long as they ain't coming to you and trying to harm you, then you're fine. Because sometimes they can come through and you might get sleep paralysis where, you might have a spouse from a past life. They come and lay down some good dick and you're like, and you can't move. That's okay. As long as it ain't no shit where you can't breathe, where he's trying to choke you. Like, I remember the last life you cheated on me with my brother. Let me kill this bitch. Yeah.
She is unfiltered. She got the Jamaican rum. Oh man,
Yes, this Jamaican rum Taras Clot. Clot, this nice. Yes.
Hey, listen, I haven't had you on here a while. It was so fun having you back on here, Priestess.
Thank you for having me, man. Because listen, it's time for us as a community of spiritualists to, network. Because like I said, the recent download, the mother said, yo, tell them they need to step out the spiritual closet, because a lot of people are still in the closet like, I don't know if I want to step out and, reclaim your shit. You are a god and a goddess, but you got to walk in that frequency, because when we realize how powerful we are, like, you better step out the closet, because we're now in 5D, and in the age of Aquarius, it's going to be some super niggas running around. What you going to do? You wake up one morning and you got the ability, I be like doing a reading, and I'm like, damn, you just sitting there in your drawers, titties hanging, and you're like, God damn, how you see that? I don't know. You know what you gonna do when you have the ability to read minds?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's time, and we as a community, you know, we have to link together
Indeed.
because we are the ones that's doing this work to elevate. My Jupiter is in Leo. I'm here to empower and to inspire others to their highest spiritual potential. It ain't me doing it. The mother told me, get off your ass. You're a walking encyclopedia of the occult. Go out there and teach.
Mm.
So this is what, you know, and this is what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because we're helping to awaken and elevate, because this is our time now, the age of Aquarius. It's getting ready to go the fuck down.
Yes. Indeed.
Yes.
With that being said, I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Priestess, listen, Priestess, if you decide that you're gonna come to the non-ether God Fest, just text me or call me so I can give you the information, let you know, and I can have, because I have a table ready for you and I have a space ready for you so you can vent. So
And what time you say it is at night?
It's 7. It starts at 7.
Okay, 7 to when?
You ain't gotta stay all night. It starts from 7
Yeah.
to 1. You could come,
Okay.
stay 3 hours, you know, do event,
Yeah.
let people see you, whatever. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
might come through if it's at 7. I'm a ride drive my ass, because you know
Excellent.
I don't like driving at night.
Hey, we got it. Priestess will be there. Non-ether God Fest. She's gonna be there early though. So if you want to see her, get there early because she might boogie by 10 o'clock. All right, y'all.
Yeah, I might boogie before 10 o'clock, because my ass, listen, okay? Yeah.
Indeed. But yeah, it would be great to see you. But yeah, I'll talk to you soon. But I want to thank you
Okay.
once again. Make
Yes,
sure
thank you for having me.
website King Simon shared it in the chat the whole night. We'll put it on the screen one more time. Priestess Auset raamen.com. She's also on Instagram. Make sure you follow on Instagram. With that being said, I will see y'all tomorrow. I think Rod Hayes might be on tomorrow, family, but I will see everybody tomorrow. Priestess, I'm gonna talk to you soon.
All right, love. Yeah, man. One love. Yeah, man.